Hello everyone, back with another video. So on this one I'm going to do a shout out to a lot of YouTubers that I think sort of deserve a mention in terms of I enjoy their channel. Some of them should have more subscribers and views and things, so hopefully I can put some people onto them. I've received a package from Sammy G, from Sammy G's World of Cinema, which I'll be showing. Then I'm going to show my recent pickups. So I think I've only bought, looking over at the pile now, about 8 new ones. Maybe not even that. 2 obviously I've got from Sammy, and then a load I've picked up in charity shops today. So yeah, I'll show those. Depending on the chronology, I think I've uploaded recent watches. So I did mention on there I'd give a few shout outs. I'll do that first before I start showing the films. So yeah, obviously you've got Ollie Loves Films, who host the live stream, Sammy G's World of Cinema, Blue Roy Movies. Congratulations on 700 subs recently. Oh, Sammy G, when I wrote this down the other day, was on 487, so I'm sure not be long till you get to 500. Well done, Sammy. X-File 2708, aka Marcus. Stuart George from Stuart George's Home Movies. Popcorn and Horror, aka Ash, recently hit 500 subscribers. Well done, mate. And Skin Crawlers, aka Nikki. And then James from Movie Mad. And then recently Mondo Chelovek, aka John. So yeah, those are the people in the Movie Looms and the Lords of Darkness WhatsApp groups. And then TV Nash, I did say in the last video that he's done a sort of dedicated video showing all the recommended spaghetti westerns. He's kind of done that video to give me some ideas, but I'm sure other people will get something out of it. Very in-depth, crazy knowledge. Jodie's movie realm. Congratulations on 200 subscribers. I know there is a few female content creators out there talk about films and things. You've got Lisa Loves, who I will give a shout out to. Yeah, a few other ones, but yeah, it does seem to be like a male-dominated sort of section of YouTube, which is quite weird, as I know a lot of women that like films in general. But yeah, obviously, yeah, Jodie's in a kind of male-dominated community, and you know she's got a very good channel, very interesting. Recently hit 200 subscribers. Well done on that. Yeah, her channel seems to be growing really fast, and rightly so, and sort of organically. Obviously, she's now like part of the community, always chatting with everybody in the Movie Looms and Lords of Darkness members. Yeah, got real good taste in films. And then Vida VHS Forever, sort of VHS, great VHS collection. Looks like Blockbuster or something in his room. Deserves more sub. I don't think he's been doing it long. He's only got 8 videos. Started say 6 months ago, but yeah, I think he's only around 50 subscribers. So yeah, go and check him out, especially if you're into not just VHS collecting, but he knows a lot of like underground films. So it shows some with like a few good actors in. I'm like, how have I never heard of this certain film? But yeah, he knows a lot of underrated ones. And then Joshua Fulci fan. See if I can find him, as I always forget his name. 1015. I think it used to just be 101. But yeah, great VHS collection, especially a Video Nasty. He's a video nasty expert. Yeah, he sent me a lot of things in the past. Obviously, not only stuff. I think it's stuff he's already got, but obviously he could sort of sell it for money. So obviously it costs him to do that. And then if you know his channel, I'm sure you'll know, and he won't mind me saying he's from Australia. So it costs him quite a lot to send it. So yeah, he sent me, if you can see, the Zombie Flesh Eaters and Night of the Zombies VHS tapes, which are treasured parts of my collection. A while ago, he sent me like a load of discs with alternate versions. Some to films I've got, but they're like uncut versions and things. And then he sent me, see if we can find it. Should be. Oh yeah, that one in the past. Killer Beast. Or Time Sweep. Yeah, always sends me crazy information about the prints and stuff. And then yeah, it's a real good guy to talk to. Yeah, brilliant collection in general. But yeah, the master of like Pennywise. And he's got the best Pennywise collection of anyone I've seen, with like Funko Pops, different versions of the films, figures. Yeah, go and check out Josh's channel. And then Mark from Blue. Let's see if I can find him on here. I'll get to him when I call them all out. But yeah, so obviously that's the main sort of ones, is the ones in the movie loons, and then yeah, Jodie, Stephen from TV Nash, Vida VHS Forever, I think are the ones that I sort of been quite supportive, and I tried to support their channel. Then you've also got Cult Cinema 83, Rogie Retro, Collector Adam, Euphoria Pictures, Last Movie Standing, Neil's Movie Channel, Home Cinema Enthusiast, Killer Pizza, Giz Parsons, Boutique Blu-rays of Elliot Cohen, got an insane collection, Real Reflections, Jimmy Boy's Movies, Flix Files, Lisa Loves, Big T. It's an American. Most of the ones I watch and that in the community are sort of UK based, or a few Australian things, but yeah, he's American. I don't know if he's quite new. He doesn't have as many subscribers as he deserves, so go and check him out. Not really got any order to these. I'm trying to read them. I've just scribbled them all down on this screwed up bit of paper. It looks like it's been in the washing machine. It hasn't. It's too dry and crinkly. Steve 4 Films, Scott the Movie Critic, does some really funny epic rant videos, and his little sort of karaoke's he sings. Mondo Chelovek, obviously mentioned, he's now in the WhatsApp group, Movie Loons. Great collection and knowledge of horror, same as Nige Rock God. They've done some really good Video Nasty streams. Body Hammer, Horror Hands, been watching him for like 10 years before I even started doing my channel. He's got great horror film collection and knowledge. Bryn, I think he's called. The Retro Movie Zone, I think that's Tone. Bushman Blue, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, he's always sort of commenting on my stuff. Big Boy Beza, aka Lewis. Movie Mad, aka James, already mentioned him. Warren from Goose's Movies. Kermit's Ghost, I think he's called Alan. Really good pickups, massive collection. Really insightful knowledge and really well-spoken guy. Very sort of intelligent. Reggie B. Horror Baker, always doing his DVD pickups. Metal Marty Mac, does film content, but shows a lot of sort of heavy metal tracks and always puts me on to albums to buy. Movie Cheer Video. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Anyone I've forgotten, apologies, but obviously there is a lot to name. So yeah, I've got this parcel from Sammy G. Obviously I'll try not to show my address that's on the front of it. I don't really care if... not going to lie, I should have saved it to an unboxing. Not only did I kind of forget, but because the front of the... put that somewhere, it's not going to keep falling off. The front of the thing was sort of slightly ripped, and I knew what Sammy had said he was sending, so I wanted to check it was in there. I didn't want to open it live and something's missing or it's cracked or something, then it's kind of awkward. So yeah, I thought I'd have a look and message Sammy before I opened it. But yeah, both in there. Both still sealed. So got I Saw the Devil. I think Ollie watched this the other day for the first time and did say it was good, but I think he did find it shocking. Yes, it has got some very intense, shocking violence. Not going to lie, I've seen a lot, I say worse, a lot more intense than this. I mean, this is up there in terms of like really realistic stabbings. It's kind of like a thing I've said before when I spoke about it. I call it like catch and release. So, you know, once he's got the guy, rather than kill him off, he'll torture him for a bit, let him go, not only so he can catch him and do it again, but obviously sort of psychological, where he's knowing he's going to sort of catch him again, and then the guy's sort of fearing for his life. But yeah, really well made film, but yeah, very intense, brutal stuff. Yeah, I think Holly did say he found it sort of borderline. Don't know if he could watch it again, but yeah, I've seen a lot more graphic, violent, horrible stuff than this. So as much as it is hard hitting, doesn't sort of it's not too much for me. Yeah, I already had this on DVD, like an older one with a slipcase. But yeah, thank you, Sammy. Nice to have this one on Blu-ray and it's still sealed. Yeah, one of my favourite from World Cinema, but one of my favourite Korean films. By his name Kim Ji-woon. Very what's the word? Eclectic filmography. He's obviously got this, which is a really brutal serial killer film. Then he's just The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, which is a kind of like adventure western, trying to free people with a map, trying to find treasure. Then he's got A Bittersweet Life, which is a bit more of like a drama character study, and A Tale of Two Sisters, which is like a psychological horror / ghost story. There's a few others I'm forgetting the name of, but yeah, very eclectic director, you know, going from sort of like adventure films to brutal serial killers to creepy horror. Yeah, I mean, check out Ollie's channel if you want a bit more of an in-depth review on that that he spoke about. And then yeah, this one, A Night to Remember, by Kenneth Moore. So I've not really heard of this, but I know Sammy and Roy said this is like the original sort of Titanic. I mean, I appreciate Titanic, the James Cameron film, but never been a favourite of mine. A bit too long and lovey-dovey. Speaking to my mate about it the other day in work, I said, "What's your favourite part?" He said, "The bit when the boat sinks." So I think that's a lot of people watch it more for the what do you call it? Disaster element. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it really since I was younger, but yeah, a lot of people I spoke to said this is the better version. Black and white. Can I find a year? Guessing it's like 60s or 70s. Never find a year on these things when I'm looking for it. No. Comment down below, Sammy or Roy. I'm sure they know. It's 118 minutes, so going on 2 hours, but not as long as the other Titanic film. And it's in black and white, so I've got recent films that are shot in black and white, but I'm assuming it's an older one. I'm pretty sure it was out years before the other Titanic. So yeah, both of those from Sammy. Was going to do its own video, but I thought, you know, not only is it won't be a very long video, I could still waffle on for an hour probably about 2 films, but yeah, I thought it better to put it in this where I can give out a shout out, sort of say thanks for the 300 subscribers to everyone that supported me in the community, and then yeah, show a few of the. To be fair, I was just planning today on showing these few pickups that would take a few minutes, but yeah, I've been in some charity shops, shall I say, and picked up a load of stuff today, so try not to let it go on as long as possible. But yeah, thank you a lot for that, Sammy. I really appreciate it. Obviously, could have traded them in or whatever at CEX and got some money, and it's cost him to sort of send it. Kept me updated on when he sent it and things, and then yeah, I think he sent it first class. It came the next day. But yeah, really do appreciate that. Obviously, sent Sammy a few parcels in the past, and I'm sure I'll be sending him other things in the future. Right, let's get on. I won't talk too much about these. I'll just give you like a sentence on each one. So, Heretic with Hugh Grant, directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. So, if anybody's watched my recent watches video that, all being well, I should have uploaded before this, or will upload before this. By the time you see this video, the other one will be out. I've gone a lot more into depth in this, but yeah, really impressed by that. Brilliant film. Subverts a lot of tropes from that genre. I was kind of thinking like, crazy guy with 2 girls trapped in the house. How original can it be? But very original, really well made. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Same as that one is I've showed in my recent watches. 187 with Samuel L. Jackson, directed by Kevin Reynolds. Gritty kind of inner city New York, high school, load of troubled kids in gangs, shooting people, drugs, all that. Samuel L. Jackson tries to sort of teach them, and they don't want to know. Not spoiler to say, but at the start of this, he gets sort of stabbed up by a pupil, and then he has to move to a different school. And obviously, once he gets there, the other teachers. But yeah, tour de force by Samuel L. Jackson. Some of the dialogue and the way he delivers it in his powerful shouting voice is up there with Pulp Fiction. This is another one I showed in the recent watches, the Stone Tape. Go back and watch that if you want more context. I won't talk too long, but yeah, I was a bit disappointed with this one. I heard it was up there with Ghost Watch, which I really enjoy and still stands up. I mean, it was well made, and I like the sort of 70s aesthetic. It was 1972, directed by Peter Sasti, written by Nigel Neal, starring Michael Bryant, Ian Cuthbertson, Michael Bates, and Jane Asher. But yeah, it just didn't really have much of a payoff. It didn't have too many creepy scenes. I'll go back and watch it again. I think I said on the other one, I would be tempted to trade it in. I paid 15, you probably still get 10 for it on CEX, but it is 101 films, which I do collect, and it's one I've been after a long time, so yeah, probably going to have to give it another viewing, really. Indicator Day of the Dolphin by George C. Scott. So yeah, obviously I pretty sure I've said this before, but I'm a big fan of George C. Scott, The Changeling, Exorcist 3, and got another one by him on Indicator, Hardcore. Yeah, really enjoy those. Scrooge, he's really good in. Probably my second favourite Scrooge after Albert Finney. But yeah, he's got a few. There's one called The New Centurions. I'm going to try and get all of his ones on Indicator. This one, I was hoping it would be in the 2 for 15 Indicator sale, but whenever it's on in HMV, it's just never in there. So yeah, I had to buy this off Amazon. I think it cost me about 15 quid or so. But yeah, this and 187, without going into it too much, a lady I work with for my birthday recently gave me a £20 Amazon gift card, so I bought those and had to put a little bit towards it. But yeah, thank you. I won't name her, but thank you if you're watching. Appreciate it. So yeah, obviously I don't really give you much of a synopsis on the back of these indicators. I do collect them, so I just like the sort of style of them. This one comes with like a big hefty booklet and things. I think it's, yeah, reversible. Original, I think that's the original artwork. It's not very good, so yeah, that one looks a lot better. But all it says on the back is, unwittingly, he trained a dolphin to kill the President of the United States. So when I first picked this up, I mean, I'm happy to give any George C. Scott film a watch. And even if it's not my kind of film, I always enjoy him in it. But yeah, I don't know if anybody, it's a Mike Nichols film, by the way. I don't know if anybody remembers, but must have been the 70s, 80s. There was the Byford dolphin disaster, which was basically, what do you call it? Like submersible with divers in, went sort of really down deep due to, I think it was a human error. Someone like opened one of the hatchways, you call it, portways. Then obviously, because it's so deep, the pressure sort of flooded in and just tore them all apart instantly. And it's known as like one of the sort of major disasters. Yeah, obviously because it's called the Day of the Dolphin and it's got a ship exploding on the front. I actually thought it was going to be about the Byford dolphin disaster, but no, it's about him training dolphins to, like, I mean, it says unwittingly, so I guess they got him training the dolphin. He must give it a keyword. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard mixed things about it, but yeah, obviously when you've got a voucher, gift card, should I say, for £20, you're not paying out of your own money. It's a kind of good time to pick one up like that. But yeah, one I just never see around in the HMV sale when they've got Indicator on. Masters of the Universe. So this is 88 films. Another nice, yeah, really nice edition. I'm not going to lie, it's not a great film. I mean, I enjoyed this through nostalgia. I mean, when I was a kid, I was a big fan of, I had all the He-Man toys and the Snake Mountain, Castle Grayskull. Used to watch all the cartoons. And when this came out, I enjoyed it. I was kind of like, this is nothing like the cartoon. Doesn't even have a lot of the same characters. But yeah, so I wouldn't say a guilty pleasure, because like Roy said, you shouldn't be guilty over films you like, even if other people don't like them. I know quite a few people. I think it's more of a, if you were sort of a child in the late 80s, early 90s, I think Ash from Popcorn and Horror is a fan of this one, then yeah, I can enjoy it, but yeah, I can at least admit that it's not a brilliantly made film. Directed by Gary Goddard, starring Dolph Lundgren as He-Man, and then Frank Langella, aka Langella as Skeletor. He's really good in this, Frank Langella, even though it's him. Yeah, it's a very bizarre film, but yeah, it's one I've always enjoyed, and I think it did get a Blu-ray release in the UK a while ago, but it's very expensive. So this, yeah, was $24.99, just came out on Monday new, and I thought it's not much more than just getting the sort of basic. I think it was 88 Films did the other one, but yeah, obviously it's got, I don't know if you can see it there, I won't get it all out, but yeah, got a poster, a booklet, the actual case with like, is it 2 discs? Reversible artwork, might be 1 disc. I don't think they do a 4K version. Could only see this one in HMV. But yeah, like I say, if it's not nostalgic to you and you're watching it now for the first time, you don't know about He-Man, I don't think it's a brilliantly made film. I haven't watched it in quite a few years, to tell you the truth. But yeah, always one I've enjoyed, and yeah, just one I find kind of fun, even if it's not a great made film. And then Kronos, the 4K, Guillermo del Toro, his first feature-length film. They did have this on Blu-ray, so they got a section where they got all the sort of new ones. So all I could find there was a Blu-ray at $24.99, which I nearly picked up. And then when I looked around the corner where the actual 4Ks are, it had been like filed in. So yeah, I got this one. I think it was $30, which is quite a lot for a 4K. But yeah, I had the original on DVD. I'm sending that to Marcus from Xfile 2708, I think now. But yeah, really nice version. Obviously, BFI, these are known to go out of print quite fast if you don't get them. I've also got Seven Samurai and Watership Down on the BFI. Sammy from Sammy G's World of Cinema has already done a really good unboxing showing it all. Get a lot of nice things in there. Get a poster, 2 discs. It's got 4K on the Blu-ray. I think the Blu-ray has just got the special features on maybe. And then a booklet. Yeah, quite expensive, really. £30 for not one of my favourite films, but yeah, this. I think he made Kronos, then The Devil's Backbone, then Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, his first sort of 3 films. But yeah, it's a really sort of original take on the vampire genre, I would say. I don't actually think it's in Spanish. Obviously, he is a Spanish director. Oh, Mexican, 1993. English and Spanish language with English subtitles. So yeah, obviously it's got Ron Perlman in. I can't imagine he's speaking Spanish in it. I have seen it, but yeah, not for years. I'm talking like I got Pan's Labyrinth, then I started looking on IMDb what other films he'd done because that sort of blew me away. And then yeah, I picked up Kronos and Devil's Backbone. I think in the same day, about 15 years plus, and that's the last time I watched it. And then here's my charity shop haul. I won't go into individual prices, only on a couple, but basically some of them weren't priced or they were at 50p. So I took 2 of them to the till in one of the charity shops, and then the lady said, it's 5 for £1. So with some of them, there, I wanted 2, say, and then I had to pick up another 3 to make it like the gift aid deal. But yeah, this one was one Everest. So I do really want to pick this up on 4K. As I know on the live stream, Ollie said this was like reference quality 4K picture. Roy picked it up, said not only is it an amazing picture, but a really good adventure film. But yeah, this is still sealed at 25p. So yeah, sometimes I don't mind, well, you call it a placeholder, but there's a lot of films, if I see them in a charity shop for 25p and I want to watch it, rather than wait to get it on Blu-ray or 4K and pay a tenner or whether it's even available, in this country, yeah, sometimes I'll just pick it up so I can own it and especially watch it. And then if it's good enough, then I can upgrade it to the 4K. Directed by Baltasar Kormaker. Can't say I've really heard of him. I think this is the same one. Maybe there's another Everest. It did have a different artwork on the one Roy was showing, but I think it's the same film, yeah, with Jason Clarke, Jake, yeah, definitely, because I remember Ollie, I think his favourite actor ever is Jake Gyllenhaal, brilliant actor. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same one, but yeah, it meant to be a really good, powerful adventure biopic kind of film. This one kind of got it really to make up the 5 for £1. Obviously, I already have the original Night of the Living Dead on a better version than this. I think I've still only got it on DVD. But yeah, I got it, to tell you the truth, for this Children of the Living Dead. So I watched this, must have been 20 years ago. One of my mates had it on, I think it was DVD, it might have been VHS. Brought it round, there was a few of us, and he's like, yeah, watch this, it's a really good zombie film. And after 5 minutes, we were like, mate, this is awful. What do you mean good? You've got like no critical evaluation. But he thought it was good, but it's known as like one of the worst films ever made. So yeah, I want to watch it again to see if it really is that bad. Whether it's so bad it's funny or whether it's just badly bad. But I mean, it's a bizarre. I know it's got Tom Savini in the first few like opening scenes. He's sort of shooting loads of zombies with like guns, and he basically had to file a lawsuit to get his name taken off of it because it was that bad. He don't want anything to do with it. I remember it being boring and not really a lot happens for a zombie film. You've got what's this guy's name? Abbott Hayes is this like main zombie guy, really bad makeup and like costume. The main thing I remember about it, I don't know why, but for some reason he just starts wearing a dress halfway through it, and then the name on his gravestone is like a lady's name. It turns to, yeah, I just remember it being. I mean, if I hate it, not only it's 25p, that's the kind of thing you drop down the drain without realising. I thought I'd probably be able to send it on to Marcus because he loves this like. Hopefully, it's so bad it's good, not just so bad it's bad. But yeah, I think it's quite a rare one to pick up. I've never seen it around since I've seen it all those years ago. But yeah, legendarily bad. So it's kind of been on a thing recently where since I watched Exorcist 2, and it wasn't a great film, but it wasn't as bad and as maligned as people make it out, then I started thinking, I could write down a list of 100 worst films than that, and I recommend them to people. As in, if you really want to see some bad films, there are some. And yeah, obviously that's known as being like one of the worst ever made, and not even like The Room, where it's kind of funnily bad. It's just bad, I think. But yeah, I'd have to watch it again, see if it's as bad as I really thought it used to be. This one was a bit more expensive at $1.99, but it is still sealed, and it's The White Ribbon. I think that's the only film by Michael Haneke I don't own. Yeah, it's probably more than this. If they still have it on DVD in like HMV and that, it's probably like a £5. I don't really see it around anymore. But yeah, obviously I've got most of Michael Haneke's film other than this. So yeah, $1.99, a bit more expensive for a charity shop one. But World Cinema, don't know if it's out of print yet, but yeah, not only seems a bit of a rarer film, but also still sealed in that artificial eye. They did also have Hidden in there, Cachet, which is one I've got, but my favourite Michael Haneke film. So if anybody wants that, I think it's 99p still sealed. Give me a shout, I could always pick it up, because yeah, that is a brilliant film. This one, again, a bit more expensive at $1.99, but it is a series, Ideal. So yeah, a while ago I seen they had the complete box set in CX. I'm not exaggerating, they want about 50 or 60 quid for it. Whereas this seems to have, it might just be the first series. Yeah, I think it is only the first series of it. But I remember watching this on TV years ago, and Johnny Vegas isn't usually my favourite comedian, but I don't know if it's just, written by Graham Duff. I don't know if it's well written or he actually does deliver a good performance, but it's called Ideal as a pun on the way that basically he's a dealer, deals like hash, like weed or something. And then you've got like a really interesting like cast that come around. There's like a psychopathic killer that wears a mouse's mask. There's well, I'll read this bit to you. I'll try not to go on too long because I've still got a few to show. But Moz is a small-time hash dealer sharing a squalid Manchester flat with his girlfriend Nikki. Despite never going out and smoking more than he sells, Moz sees himself as an entrepreneur and a valuable community service. He might only deal to his mates, including Colin, on probation but always trying to offload stolen gear, Cartoonhead, a silent psycho in a cute mask, Brian, a promiscuous camp scally, and Jenny, a permanently stoned childminder. But his flat is a hectic haven for those looking for dope, sex, a shoulder to cry on, or somewhere to deposit severed limbs. So yeah, it's quite not so much shocking, but yeah, quite controversial, quite offensive. A bit like we were saying the other day, a lot of these just won't get made nowadays. But I know Marcus is a fan of sort of controversial, offensive, not for snowflake kind of comedy, and I say this is one. Yeah, quite a clever pun really on Ideal, because obviously he deals. Yeah, it's more about the like characters and things in it than him dealing drugs. But yeah, I do remember this was a really surreal, creepy, but funny show that used to be on. Watched it literally 20 years ago, forgot about it, and then when I started looking for it recently, yeah, it seems like quite hard to get hold of. And then this is the last of the more expensive series one. So 90 Night, series 2. So I have got series 1, which I've had for years and years. Never even knew they did a series 2. So when I seen this, the pink one I just showed then, I wasn't sure if it had series 1 and 2. So obviously when I did get this, I was like, oh, there's a chance I'm already going to have it, or have series 1 and 2 on one disc. But no, it does have series 2, which I haven't had before, starring Julia Davis. She's the main one. She's married to Julian Barrett in real life from The Mighty Boosh and Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Angus Deaton used to be on Mock Week, was it? Rebecca Front, Ruth Jones, there she is, went on to be in Gavin and Stacey. Felicity Montague, that's that lady there. And then Mark Gatiss from League of Gentlemen, Inside Number 9 and Psychoville. But again, if Marcus is watching this, if you like your irreverent, offensive, don't give a shit about if people are offended kind of comedy, then yeah, I can't speak for 2, I'm sure it's the same, but series 1, really sort of quite vulgar, tongue-in-cheek, bits without going into too much, where her friend Kath is in a wheelchair, and rather than helping her, she'll let her roll down the hill so she can run off and try and have an affair with her husband. Yeah, if anybody knows Julia Davis, you kind of probably know what to expect from her, but very risque, offensive kind of humour. But yeah, one I've always really enjoyed, very, very dark humour. Another, obviously this was in the one, well, it says 50p, but obviously with the gift aid thing, it goes through as 5 for £1. Sure, everybody knows Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Shockingly, one I've never actually owned. I had it on VHS, original video as a kid. I think we had it for Christmas. But yeah, one I've never owned as an adult. remember really enjoying it. And yeah, last time I watched it, the child catcher used to creep me out as a kid. Still really scary now. Still more scary than most people in horror film. His like greasy lank hair and his like kiddie winks thing when he comes along. Yeah, it still creeps me out. This one was priced at £1, but it is again in the 5 for £1. It's like a special box edition of Aeroplane. You've got Aeroplane 1 and 2. I remember watching these when I was younger. Very sort of, I guess you'd call it offensive, not for snowflakes comedy. But yeah, good to get both of them. I think Stuart's got the box set with both Airplanes and Naked Gun and another one I haven't watched. So I think it is on Blu-ray. But yeah, obviously when I seen this, 25p for both films. Like I say, very irreverent kind of comedy. Wouldn't be made by today's standard. Leslie Nielsen, very kind of slapstick and silly, but yeah, one I've always enjoyed. So I keep saying 25p. I guess it's 20p, isn't it? 5 for £1. This one, I think I watched this as a kid, but can't really remember it. But I think it's a bit of a rarer one. So I think this one, yeah, this was in a different one where it wasn't 5 for £1. It was just 49p. But obviously, it's got a voice of Alan Rickman and Terry Jones. I think it was a bit like Finding Nemo before Finding Nemo came along in 2001. I never really am able to get a signal in the charity shops to check. But yeah, even if it's not one I'm going to keep, I think it's quite rare and out of print. So I might be able to trade that in for something at CEX. Kind of think for like 49p. I'm not going to stand there checking, pick it up, and if I don't like it, I can trade it in or even give it to my niece or something. But yeah, I heard quite good things about this one. Help, I'm a Fish. Always get that one muddled up with Littlest Toaster, is it called? I'll hurry up now, since it's been going on half an hour. Black Book. Obviously, when they were sideways on, I kind of try and collect anything, if you could see it. That's Tartan Video. So I thought it was going to be like a foreign film. Then obviously, once I seen Paul Verhoeven, that does Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Starship Troopers, RoboCop, Showgirls, but maybe we won't mention that one. And then, yeah, just got it really because it's a Paul Verhoeven film. But again, for sort of 20p, because that was in the 5 for £1. Even if it's not good, 20p wasted. This one I do want to get on Blu-ray or 4K, but I don't actually own it at the moment. I have watched it years ago, but obviously Stuart is always going on about it. I think he had it in his top 10 sci-fi list. And then Ollie recently watched it, and I think Big Tone or James or someone said that it was one of their favourite Spielberg ones. But yeah, it's a special edition, collector's edition with 2 discs, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah, I remember enjoying it years ago, but not only I needed to give it another watch, but try to get all the Spielberg films and do like a ranking of them. So yeah, this is one missing. But like I say, I do want to upgrade it onto Blu-ray or 4K eventually. It also has Richard Dreyfuss. Got a film, The Big Fix, on Indicator with him in. I always thought he's a good actor. Big Fish. I remember already spoke about this as one of Tim Burton's. Oh, actually, it looks like it's like a reprinted. I thought it was only CX that did reprinted covers. Yeah, look at that. I do have the disc for this, so without going into it too much, I used to own it. I think I got it bought as a gift from some lady I used to work with years ago. I lent it to somebody and never got it back off of them, never seen them again. So now I can watch it, but yeah, it does look like... I mean, it's only 25p, or well, 20p when it's in the 4 for a 5 for £1, but yeah, but didn't really notice that first of all, that it's like a reprinted cover. So, CEX, if you're going to do that, maybe charge 25p for it, like the charity shop have done. Yeah, I thought this one bad. I mean, it says 75p, but again, this was in the 5 for £1. So you've got triple Frankenstein set. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and House of Frankenstein. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any of these. I said a while ago, sort of the Hammer films, or even the old Universal monster films, are kind of like a blind spot in my, not only viewing, but in my collection. So yeah, once I seen this for cheap, I thought, yeah, good to pick it up and see what all the fuss is about with these Frankenstein films, and add a few more classics into the collection, the same as this one. Hammer collection, Rasputin the Mad Monk. Yeah, this was in the 5 for £1. Directed by Don Sharp with Christopher Lee and Barbara Shelley. Yeah, I heard it's one of the better Hammer ones, but obviously I'm really not got good knowledge on the Hammer films, so people have seen that, comment down below. Should I watch one of the Frankenstein films first or Rasputin the Mad Monk? Yeah, they were in the same charity shop kind of next to each other, so I was hoping they were going to have a few more, like Dracula, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy. If they had the whole set there, would have been nice, but they didn't. The Hurricane, I remember watching this on TV years ago, really enjoyed it. It's like a boxing biopic with Denzel Washington. I don't think there's too much boxing in. It's about the story of his life outside of it. I think he's like been caught up in like murder he didn't do. They framed an innocent man and set free a legend. But yeah, I remember it being a really powerful, well-made film with a really good role from Denzel Washington. I think Will Smith is in one called Ali, but I have heard The Hurricane is a better one. One I've never actually owned, but I've watched quite a few times, but do enjoy. And then the other day, I think Ollie was on about Jack the Ripper. Or was it Sammy? One of them had Jack the Ripper, the series. And then, I think pretty sure it was Ollie said he doesn't have In Hell. So yeah, 20p when it's in the 5 for £1. Yeah, I watched this a few times. Do you remember enjoying it? I couldn't remember it being 18. I know it has Stacey from Gavin and Stacey, whatever her name is in real life, in it near the start. Who's it directed by? The Hughes brothers? Yeah, I do remember liking it, but I haven't watched it for a long time. Kind of feels a bit the style of like Sleepy Hollow or Gangs of New York to me. And then this last one, I think it's going to be bad, but again for 25p/20p, The Witching Tree with a slipcase. I think it's a British film directed by James Crowe. Sarah Rose Denton, Lawrence Weller, Lucy Clarvis, John Campling, Danielle Bucks, Caroline Bolton, Lydia Braden Thorpe, Shane Green, Liam Ponder. So the only person I can say I've heard of out of those is Danielle Bucks. Don't know what she was actually famous for in her own merit, but I know she was going out with Gary Lineker years ago, and she was like a model, like posing in FHM or something. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard either The Witching Tree, or there's one Stuart George picked up from Stuart George's home movie, something to do with the Wicker Man, the Wicker Tree. Yeah, one of them I've heard's really bad, but I'm not sure which one. But again, for 20p, if it's awful, not only can I move it on, might even be worth something that's out of print. But yeah, I'm sure otherwise that is one Marcus or even Ash might want me to send them and see if they're into their really bad kind of movie. Might not be that bad, but yeah, another long video. I did say before New Year I was going to cut these down, but I always ramble on too long. Hopefully people don't mind that, and that's why they watch and subscribe. I mean, I made it to 300 subscribers, so can't be that bad at rambling on and boring everybody, can I? Yeah, so thank you, Sammy. Thank you, everybody, for the support in the community, getting to 300 subscribers. Yeah, I guess I'll be back again soon with another video. Thank you, everybody. Bye.